Yeah, I don't know what to tell you guys. Well, I just thought it'll be easy to make a video to talk through this. Looking forward to trader therapy with Roland. Hopefully, he can give me some tips on this. But essentially, I've dropped down to a small account, as you might have heard from the trader therapy sessions. Started with 900. I had a couple of wins and grew the account by 20%. And then I experienced some sort of emotions where I just didn't want to give back the profits. So I dealt with that, and I got my head into the space to take a good trade on SPY. I'll talk through that now. So I always start with the largest time frame. So here we are, monthly. You can see the trends channel that's being detected. The price is at the top of that channel, overextended. If we just zoom in a little bit, you can see that we've had green candle, green candle, green candle month after month, and we're just at the it's gone to the top of the channel, trend channel, and we're well overdue a pullback there. Then if you go to the daily, we've had gap up to, let me zoom in a bit. We've had gap up to new all-time highs, I believe that was. Another gap up, and I actually took a trade on this day after the gap up at the start of the day at the open, risking the low of day. But this trade I took on the sim because of dealing with the emotions of not wanting to give back. Anyway, we didn't quite reach my target of 680, and I felt confident that we would have a nice gap up over the weekend and a push either into my target or we'll have a gap up above my target. And that's exactly what happened. I was out and about, got a notification, gapped up 3 points above my target, filled, happy days, but it was on a sim because I didn't want to give the profits back if I'd taken a stupid trade. So yeah, I did some analysis. I thought, right, I'll go back to the live account, looked at the monthly, looked at the weekly. Now the weekly's had a nice gap up this week. Daily, like I say, gap up all-time highs, overextension, and I entered on the 5-minute chart yesterday. Got a day separator missing there. I'll have to look into fixing that. Yeah, so yesterday we had that gap up, and then we was just having that sort of bearish action, but I expected it to have a push at some point, so I didn't touch the short, and I got in towards the end of the day. So let's just zoom in a little bit. I got in at above 688, so around about here somewhere. And yeah, we had the initial pull. We had the gap up this morning, which I wasn't too concerned about, and we were having the sort of going nowhere action, the sideways action, and I was kind of hoping for more of a sell-off a bit faster. The instrument I'm using is option contracts, and there's like a time expiry with it, which is this Friday. But the closer you get towards the expiration, the less value that the contract has, so it decreases in value. And it's not just about the price of the stock. So I had that playing on my mind. If I had had shares, I wouldn't have exited. But price played out, and we had this sort of pull down into the low of day. It started to support. People were talking about the Fed decision, and I just felt that given the monthly price, we're due like a good, nice pullback, and I didn't want to miss that, which I do expect more downside. But I didn't have the right expiration on my contract. The contract expires this Friday, and I didn't have the funds in my account to get a lengthy position. So if I sold, being a cash account, I'd have to wait a day or two, or however long it takes for the cash to clear, to be able to get a longer expiration contract and catch the bigger move. So all of this is playing to my emotions of getting out. Initially, I said to myself, look, let's just wait for the Fed decision. And, if we don't sell off, then, cut it then. But yeah, as it started to support here, I saw the volume coming in. I've not got volume enabled on these charts, but I saw the volume coming in and a little bit of supporting. So I cut the trades like on this green candle here. And however many number of candles later, it dropped right into my target. My target was 683. It dropped like a few cents below. What's the low of that? You see, like 13 cents below my target. It was absolutely spot on of a trade if I'd have kept it. But there we go. Now I'm full of emotions and I'm fearful of taking another short, because I feel like it'd be revenge trading because I missed out on the profits. Now, this would have grown my account 27%, even though it's just one contract, because one contract is worth 100 shares and it's only a small account. So, yeah. On the other side of it as well, we're having this recovery price action here, which is tempting to get in on. But like I say, those emotions. But if I also get in on this, I'll be using the remainder of the buying power in my account, and I'll be back where I was before. I don't have enough in the account to get the further expiration. Need to wait until like tomorrow or the day after. So I'm hoping it doesn't sell off before then. But I'm thinking not to trade, come back fresh once the cash has gone back into my account, and just grab that longer expiry if we've not sold off. So yeah, those are my thoughts. Please let me know what you think. Any feedback for me on what I can do. I have got a book, can't remember the exact name, Mental Game of Trading, which is quite helpful, so I might have a dive into that. But yeah, I'll probably bring this up on the trader therapy session when we next have it with Roland. Thanks, guys.